New hair, new life, new season.
Yeah,
new season of life.
New season. We kind of took a break, but we're back filming when we can in between. Chasing kiddos. I feel like
chasing kids.
All I have to talk about right now is being a wife and being a mother. Like, I'm like, oh, I want to share this and that. And like, me sharing my life is me sharing daily life as a mom and a wife and how that looks trying to be a godly wife.
Yeah, for sure. The day-to-days, I think we're taking days minute by minute, situation by situation for sure. As the Lord places new people, new situations, fostering. I feel like I'm in a season of trying to foster relationships that I've had, but be a good friend. But honestly, I think we're both in a season of trying to be good wives and good mothers.
I feel like every season we go through is refining, but I feel like this is an even deeper refinement of just like us, as far as we feel called to ministry and spreading the gospel. But I was thinking about it because I was like, what am I doing in my life? Like, what am I studying? What am I looking at? And there's not really anything specific right now, but I feel like God is calling me inward to my family.
Yeah.
And truly living out ministry and the gospel in my home with my husband, with my kids, because I feel like that's where we lose our patience the most and our grace the most easily, because you're comfortable and you're at home and you get home from work and you're tired. And so you're like, that's when God's like, no, like, I need you to treat your husband and your children like Jesus would. Not that we treat them badly, but it's just like you have to go a step further.
Yeah, I feel like we're both working moms. So there's a difference between we get up, we take care of our children, we take care of our husbands, and then we turn into work mode and then professional mode.
I love work.
Yeah.
It's peaceful.
I love work too. We both.
It sounds terrible, but I'm like, work is peaceful. Like, I love my kids, but I love to be able to work on a project and do something and focus on something else and then come home at the end of the day and focus on my kiddos.
Yeah. And I think that part is the second, like, we walk in the door, we're working on our tone, what we say, like switching into, I don't know, like the
mom mode.
Mom and wife. Wife mode.
Yes. I was thinking about it just the other day because I got home and it's like, as many of you might know, like, we're fostering, hopefully to adopt. We have a current placement, a kiddo in our home. And when I get home, like, I want to do the dishes. I want to do the laundry. I want to cook dinner, like, eat dinner, go to bed. Well, they've been gone all day. They haven't seen me. And I was just thinking about it and I was like, no wonder they're so fussy and they want to be held. They miss their mom. And he just wants to, like, be with me. And so I'm like, okay, I need to sit down. Like, he has not seen me all day long.
Yeah.
He just wants some love. So, like, you just have to pause sometimes. And yes, my house is a chaotic mess most of the time, but I'm getting to truly focus on the important things and be there for them and just get all the cuddles and, like, love. It's just so fun. But yeah, like, they haven't seen you all day and you've got to kind of pause and just
think too is, like, being a mom, right? This is going on year 3 for me. I know how much my husband, like, misses me and wants me. Like, I feel like as a mom, I feel like my kid is first priority instinct wise, but honestly, Ethan came first. Like, my husband came first, and fostering that relationship is so important to make sure he feels loved and cared for and accepted. And that's just
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to laugh. I'm so ADD right now, and I'm like, this wouldn't be our podcast if I wasn't real. I'm sitting here, cannot hear what you're saying, and
because of the
I'm like, your eyeshadow looks really great. And I'm just like,
it's the lights.
I have to say something because I'm not listening to you.
Y'all, we got new lights, we got new mics, we upgraded this.
Hopefully the mics are on still.
We're troubleshooting because
it's Bluetooth wireless, and you would think that would be easy, simple. I set these mics up weeks ago.
Yeah.
and was like, okay, I know how they work. It's going to be great. And then all of a sudden, of course, you're trying to film. I literally was like, okay, both of these mics are going to work in Jesus' name. And somehow
over them.
they turned on. So here we are. But yeah, you're talking about Ethan. I'm sorry.
I was talking about how important he is, and he is to me. And somehow, like, I feel like a lot of moms go through the whole, I hear a lot, touched out phase to where they're touched out. But recently what I've been doing is, like, once we get Calvin to bed, I decompress. So, like, I'll go take my makeup off, take a shower, get ready for the evening, and have like at least 10 minutes alone, so that when I go into our bedroom and like spend time with Ethan, that's truly our time, and he knows that I've switched off like work mode, clean mode, mom mode to I haven't perfected
I feel like I've thought about that lately, how like we kind of probably need to work on that, because we get the boys down, like we do all this stuff, and then we both just kind of sit on, like, he sits on the couch, I sit on the chair, and we get on our phones and we veg out because we're exhausted. Yeah. We've both worked all day. We've both taken care of the kids, and we are just like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to touch. I don't want to do anything. And it's like, we do have to find moments and figure out how to like still connect at the end of each day. So I feel like we need to work on that, because but it's like, I mean, as a parent, you're just like, I'm worn out.
I think, okay, so last night I have been intentionally for the past like year watching my phone intake and how much I'm on it, because I know that it just spaces me out. And so last night I was literally sitting there and watching Ethan on his phone. I'm like, wow, like, it's like you're in a whole different world. Like, let's put our phones down. And the second we put our phones down, and like, even if it's just a TV, it's still more connection. Yeah. Because we're not in a whole other world with so much information.
Yeah, that's what I learned. Hunter, like, I'm not a big movie person. I will watch 10 hours of reality TV. Can't watch a 2-hour movie. I'll fall asleep. And that's what he wants. He wants quality time. And I have to like learn to like sit and watch his shows and things sometimes, because that's bonding for us together. But yeah, I think when I went through like all of my like miscarriages and like was grieving through that, I turned to my phone, and that's why I still feel like it's a bad habit, is like just checking out, not thinking emotionally, not just, I am just in a different world. And so I feel like a lot of people do that with their phones, and it's so easy to do. It's right in our hand. There's so many things to watch. There's so many things to look at. And we just kind of turn off. Like, sitting in the silence is hard sometimes.
That's the funniest part. We were at dinner at Ethan's mom's last night, and he saw my phone. And the amount that I've been checked out is I had 9 or 12, I forgot, unchecked messages. And he was like,
never
going through all of my messages, opening them. And I'm like, these are my messages, and I don't want to forget to intentionally speak to these people, but mentally I've not had the capacity to speak. Like, I'm speaking to like the top 4 people in my life right now.
Yeah.
And I just don't, he still opened all of them. I'm like, stop.
Yeah. Well, there's people that have 500 notifications on their phone, and there's people that have 0. I now that the on your iPhone where you can mark unread, so like I can read it. Sometimes I'm like, I don't have the time to sit down and reply. Like, I want to really think about what I want to say to you. So I read it, make sure everything's okay, mark it unread. But like, that's like 1, maybe 2 at most. Like, I never have that many notifications on my phone. I can't do it. It gives me anxiety, but that's just my anxiousness.
Even at work, I'll see text messages pop up. To all of those out there watching that know me, I love y'all. I just haven't had the capacity. Like, we're going through a new move. We just bought a house. Like, we have big changes. I got a new job. And so I'm like, okay, I love you, and I will. And I think people know that. Like, I want to be intentional. I don't want to just send someone a text message that's passing and like flippant.
Well, I think being a mom, I know I scroll on my phone a lot, but like, being a mom in the middle of mothering, I get on my phone less, because I'm like, it's one less thing. Like, I can't respond to everybody. I'm trying to feed mouths and do baths and do all the things. So it's just, sometimes I don't reply. So I reply a lot quicker than I used to. Like, people, I mean, I used to just like respond immediately, and they're like, how do you respond so fast? But
what I love is, for the past year. I always, every single day, take a moment and I look at Calvin in the eyes. And I've been telling myself, like, with me and the Lord, like, God is like, I want you to be intentional with your time with me. So, like, when I tune in with the Lord, I am tuned in with him.
Yeah.
So the same thing with Calvin. Like last night, I was just looking at his eyes, and I noticed like he's so busy, he needs to stop and take the moment. And I'll just be like, "Look at me, like I love you."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I love you too." But I don't know. There's something about making that eye contact with people that clicks them into.
I was looking at one of our kiddos in the face, kind of like that. Not really on purpose, but it kind of just happened. And he was looking at me, and I was like, I just want to capture this. I want to remember this for the rest of my life, because tomorrow you're going to look different already. Like, they just grow so fast. So
I feel like that's how the Lord is with us and wants to be in his relationship with us. It's just like, just sit here at my feet in the moment, enjoy it. Like,
so like one of the things we were going to kind of talk about today is like what God is like speaking to us this week, or like what we're studying, anything we want to share. And I just feel like personally, like I'm not in a certain book of the Bible. I'm kind of doing different Bible plans on the app, and like I have different like devotional books that I read whenever I can get 5 minutes to sit down. But I think it's just what I'm doing right now is just like spending that one-on-one time with God. Like, yes, worship is good. Yes, we need to read the word. Like, I need to be doing all of that, but like not forsaking going directly to God all throughout my day, and just saying thank you for today. Or one of my goals for the year is to repent daily. It's been just personally on my heart, like, okay, Jesus died for my sins. I should be repenting all day, every day. And so just having that heart, like sometimes every morning, sometimes I'm repenting in the afternoon or the night when I remember. Some days I forget. Like, it's not about being on a strict schedule, but it's just about the heart of like just going to God and spending time with him, and just letting him help me throughout my day, because Lord knows I need him to be patient and kind to my family when I'm stressed and tired. Like, I think that's a whole nother topic, but sleep deprivation as a parent, I'm worried about these parents out there. Like, it's tough. Look, like, it makes you go crazy. So just completely leaning on him and just spending that intimate time, which doesn't have to look one certain way for any one person. It's just you talking to him and however you connect with him. So that's like kind of one thing I've been working on in my personal life. So like, what about you?
So yesterday during work, I was having like, I've been working my thyroid medication and all that kind of stuff. Healthy girl. And I could tell I was having like, my hormones were up. It was like a wave. And I was just in my head. I was like, Jesus, Jesus, like just repeating his name, like Jesus wash over me. And I did that for like 15 minutes, like just tuning in and being very intentional, like with my relationship with him, inviting him into every minute, every second, every hour of the day. Every time I get up, the first thing I'm going to do is go to the word or pray. Like, I've been consistent with that for like the past 2 years, going on 3. And I just, this past year and this week is being intentional with, I just want to be with him. Like, we were doing, we've changed up our service at church a little bit. And so they invite people to the front to worship, and me and a woman I know, like, I'll just see her on her knees or I'll see her praying. And I texted her and I was like, oh, like I saw you, like I needed to see that to tune in. And she's like, I just wanted to spend time at his feet. And that has been the mascot of my past year. I just want to be with him. Like, I'm 29 and people may think it's weird, but if the rapture happens, I'm ready. Like, let's go. I'm ready for Jesus to come at any time. And I just want my whole life to be for his glory and to sit at his feet. And
well, one thing it made me think about what I was, I'm thinking about, we prep for this, like filming this episode all week, and we kind of talk or we take personal notes. And last night I was just so tired after doing all the loads of laundry that have been sitting on that table back there. If you can see it, it's at my kitchen table. And I'm like, oh, I need to kind of clean this up. And before my head hit the pillow, I was just like, okay, God, like, what are we going to talk about tomorrow? What do you want me to share? And he just kind of dropped one little phrase, and it was just like, rejoice and the Lord always. And I think that it looks different for everybody and what that means in your life, but it just means through the trials, the hard times, like rejoice always. At the end of the day, just rejoice in the Lord. And just, you know, this week I shared on my personal thing, but I ended up sharing it on our Willing Heart page, a photo of myself that I was like, I don't even know why I took it. I think I was just sending a photo on Snapchat to Hunter and I saved it. And I just kept going back to it and I was like, I love this photo. My hair's up. It
looks so good.
The hair was crunchy. Like 4 days at least haven't washed it. Like I washed it last night so for filming today. Like crunchy hair up in a bun, like, and I normally don't like, not that I don't like my hair up in a bun, but like I like my hair down. That's just like the way I see myself. And so my hair's up and I'm just like, I really like this photo. I was like, why do I like this photo? And it was my smile. It was like, I see the joy. But, you know, through miscarriages, all the infertility stuff and not being able to get pregnant and going through treatment that makes you feel, your body feel just honestly huge, like fat. You just feel the hormones and everything that they put you on just make you feel horrible. And so that, and then now being a mom and like trying to work on my health and eat healthy and not just eat Cheez-Its for dinner sometimes. It's like, it's hard to look in the mirror, and the grief has like kind of taken that joy out of my smile, but I slowly see it coming back. And that was just like a praise report for me. That was like, I just see the happiness again. Like I see it. And you know, the joy's been there always, but it's been a journey to like just get out of the trenches. But I don't know. I've rejoiced the past few years, but it hasn't always looked like what rejoicing looks like. I wasn't always shouting to the rooftops and with my arms in the sky. Like it looked like my friends praying for me. It looked like me in my bed crying, like, okay, God, like I just want to be obedient, I just want to be faithful, but like why? And like this is hard. And just letting God put one foot in front of the other and just continue to like just praise him and love him. And you know, we've gotten through it, and I feel like we're towards the end of a really big, you know, journey that is bringing us a family. And I feel like just feel that happiness like coming back. So I don't know, it was just a little praise report from this week and just a reminder to like rejoice in the Lord always.
I love that. I feel like every time I've gone through a trial or what the world would see as hardship, that I always have a peace that is unexplainable. Like since August, I feel like my whole life flipped upside down. I was just trying to figure out my health, trying to figure out my job, trying to figure out what we were going to do. And I felt the Lord so near in the sorrow. So then once I started coming out of the sorrow, I was like, okay, like, not that I wanted to go back to the darkest times, but I understand like how much I need the Lord. And I think since I've come out of the trenches, I've carried that on for the first time in my life. I've been able to carry, well, let me tether to you, Lord, daily. Like, let me rejoice in you. And I think there's a lot of worship music coming out that is praise music, like actual worship music. Like, God, I'm just grateful for you. Thank you, Lord, for everything that you've done. Let you be the center of it all. All of this new phase of worship music coming out is true worship, which is us being in one accordance with the Lord, because the word says that he has plans for us to prosper. And so I'm just loving the season of being close with the Lord and having him as my best friend and carrying that on into the joyful times and the hard times.
Well, yeah, like the hard times, it really breaks you down to show you that you need him to get through day to life, because you can live without him. Like you can choose your life without him. And I think we've both had areas in our life where we've done that, and God's broken us down in certain parts of our life to show us like we truly need him. And now we just live even more differently. Like, okay, like I want to wake up. I was even thinking about it yesterday. I was like, you know, all the tasks, like chores that I need to do in my home, I just get so anxious over it because it just feels like never ending and it's not done. And I'm like, that's just my anxiety, because most of the time it was something simple that I got done very quickly and got over with it. And I was like, why did I think about that for 3 days? Why did I think about that all night? Why couldn't I go to sleep? Or I woke up early. And it's like, I needed to just like stop and pray and just be like, God, help me be productive. Help me. I was reading like, or maybe watched something one time where I think it was a devotional that I did. And she was just like, I had this whole list of tasks that I needed to get done. And it seemed like I couldn't get it done. But I just stopped. I spent time with the Lord that morning, prayed, and asked God to help me be productive, and I got everything done. And I'm just like, I need to stop in those moments, because that's just anxiety. That's just anxiety being like, you're not going to get anything done. You're not going to get anything done. And so I think one goal that I need to work on is like sitting down and just be like, okay, God, we're going to get it done. And if we don't, it's fine. But like, help me to get those things done. I think I need to pause a little bit more and just be like,
I never answered. It ties into what you said, like what I'm studying in the Word. I feel like for certain years, I had never had a goal, and I was going back and forth between like males and females and who do I study. And I studied females for a long time, women in the Bible. And I've been in my studying the male side era. And I'm like, okay, Lord, like, tell me, why am I so interested in how Paul walked, how Abraham walked, how Peter walked? And I think that's because the Lord created men to care for their families, to have structure, but they're so just logical and simple. And even reading Paul's letters to the people, he's like, hey, y'all, I'm in prison. And
he was so happy in prison.
He was so happy. He was just doing his job. I was
thinking about that while you were talking.
Like, I'm doing the Lord's will, and I'm happy, and I'm going to go day to day, regardless of if I'm getting beaten, mocked, scorned, because I'm living in God's will. And that's something that Ethan carries so well with his job as a pastor. Is he's like, I'm good if I'm serving the people, God's people that he wants me to serve. So that's what I've been studying the Word. It's just like the male figures and how God set it up for men and women to be different, and just sitting in that. And I think that's honestly helped me day to day with the anxiety and the certain characteristics that women carry. Is every time I'm anxious about like doing laundry or something, I'm thinking about, what would Ethan be thinking about? What's for dinner next? Or like, when do I get to take a nap? Yeah. And then I'm like doing the laundry and not thinking about the anxiety of doing the laundry.
The other day, this was funny. We got to church and I was like, oh my gosh, like I packed the boys' bag anytime we go anywhere. And I was like, I forgot bottles. And Hunter was like, why'd you forget the bottles? And I'm like, why didn't you pack them? Like,
I thought about the bottles.
I'm like, I packed everything else, but their brains just don't think about it that way. They're like, they've got us. They've got us to help with everything.
Because every morning I lay Calvin's clothes out. I pack his lunch. I pack the backpack. And for a while, Ethan was like, why don't you like, oh, you forgot this or you forgot that. So now in the mornings, I'll text him if I forget something, because he's never going to think about it.
No,
he's just going to get there and the school's
going to say, and that's why we have anxiety. We have a checklist in our brain of like, these are all the things my kids need. But it's like every time you go out the door, like you have to pack your whole house, because what if your kid needs this or what if they throw up or what
extra clothes potty training, which we're in the thick of, is making sure he has plenty of pants and underwear. Oh yeah, by the way, he peed in his socks last week. Didn't know that was possible. We were actually at church. I think it was a Sunday, and they called me in and they're like, hey, do you have extra shoes? Had to run home, get shoes.
My kid won't keep his diaper on. He just wants to walk around naked. So
yeah, Calvin's in his naked era too.
I love that. I love just being a mom. There's so many things that nobody can tell you about that happen. You're like, what? I didn't think my kid would rip his diaper off and just want to sit on the floor butt naked.
Which is like so natural for them. They're like, we don't need clothes. And just sitting here, though, is crazy, thinking about how far like Brianna and I have come in our friendship, and like when we first met, and the anxiety. Okay, so like being single, the anxieties have just changed from like long-term anxieties to short-term. Oh my gosh, when am I going to get married? What's my house going to be like? What's my family going to be like? Am I going to have kids?
When is Hunter going to propose? I was in a relationship.
Ooh, that was a fun era. And then now it's like, the day-to-day. What's for dinner? What diaper? How many diapers do I have? How
Or
many
why
bottles
do
do I
I
have?
have to make dinner every single night for 365 days out of the year?
I can't
Like,
wait until we have a guest on with like our different friends and stuff, because I love the different perspectives of stay-at-home moms versus working moms, because
yeah.
the world takes both now. And so
Yeah.
the anxieties don't, there's still anxieties in both.
Well, and talking about being a working mom, I just, a lot of times I feel like I fall short because I just don't have time to do everything. And it's just like, I have to realize, like, I'm not going to be able to cook. Like, if I were staying at home, I'm not going to be able to keep up with laundry or this or that. But I'm providing for my family as well. And everybody's safe. Everyone's loved. Everyone's fed. Like, it just looks different. But yeah, like, I think, being a working mom is...
That's what I've been telling myself. So I started a new job and I work 4 days a week, 10-hour shifts, technically 9 with my lunch, but it's basically 10 hours because it's 7:30 to 5:30. And then on Fridays I get my half day. But I've been sad about missing time with my family. And then I'm like, this is the long game. Like, we're playing the long game, because in 20 years, Calvin's going to know that, hey, mom and dad work to provide a good life for me, and I have the ability to go to school if I want, go to trade school if I want, or go on a trip, or contribute to our church, or,
I think that your kids seeing you do anything, and it's not even just working, like, you don't have to be taking a paycheck, because I mean, I know there's stay-at-home parents that they still do so many different things, and it's just, but like,
sacrifice staying at home and not working.
Yeah, but like, showing your kids, like, I've always said, like, I've run a business, and we do this podcast, and I'm like, why am I doing all this? And I work full time, and it's just like, I'm going after things that I'm passionate about, that I feel the Lord has called me to do. And my kids are going to see that, and they're going to see me start things. They're going to see me end things, because I feel like that season is over and God's calling me to something else. And so, we are teaching our kids, we're raising them, but they're watching us more than anything. They watch
every single word we say, everything, every decision we make, and we're their only example. So they will repeat what we do. They'll repeat everything.
Yeah, we're definitely teaching them what it is to live, and it as a Christian, and living a godly life, but also, like, I've thought about it. I'm like, we're teaching them how to mess up, or like, when they mess up, when they sin, when they do things, when they're emotional or they're angry. And it's okay to be angry, but how do we teach them we don't act out of anger? Like, so we're teaching them all those things, not just to be perfect, but how to handle. That's what's one thing I've kind of studied or thought about, is just like how I'm teaching my kid to handle their emotions. And when they're upset, like, from a very young age, okay, let's pray about it. Let's talk, like, go to, what does the Bible say about it, and teaching all them, which just excites me. I love that. I'm like, I get to teach that to my kids. It's stressful because it's a big weight on your shoulders as a parent, but I'm excited about it.
I love it. I've loved every stage of motherhood, and I'm so excited for the future and the years. And I feel like maybe we're both in a stage to where we're enjoying the days, and we're not yearning for the future or what the next years are we're literally living in this era and loving it.
Yeah, just enjoying being a mom. Like, I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to work. Like, I just want to be at home with my kids. And they're in this stage where they're climbing all over everything on the coffee tables. The other day, this is a funny moment from this week, was went to the bathroom, came out here, see my kids standing on a foam block, banging on the TV. And I'm just like, first of all, how did you both get up there? Like, I was in the bathroom for 2 seconds. Like, I didn't leave that long, but like, it's just funny moments. I was like, I don't even care that you're banging on my TV. This is the cutest thing ever. So I don't know.
Yeah. Calvin dumped out 3 drinks and his food and smushed it everywhere yesterday. And I was like, that has been the best part of me maturing in motherhood, because I didn't care. I was just like, okay, get a towel, clean it up. Like, I don't sweat the small stuff anymore. That's a really nice phase to be in right now.
Yeah. I think one more thing before we probably wrap up is that was thinking about mothers this week. I was praying. I was doing my daily repentance. I was talking to God, and I was just like, God, like, thank you for another day. And a lot of times I pray, like, thank you for another day to, like, do your will. And then I was like, then I was getting in my head, I was like, am I doing his will? What am I doing what God is calling me to do? And then it just I went in this rabbit hole in my head of, like, it just looks different as a mother. Like, yeah, I used to could be like, yeah, I'm doing God's will. Like, I'm serving at the church. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm all over the place. I had time to, like, do things out in public and speak to people more.
Yeah.
And as a mother, you really have to take a step back. I mean, a lot of moms are, if they're making it to church, they're sitting in the back. They're going in the hallways because, especially when you have young children, they're crying. They need you, which is so needed. But then you're like, why did I come to church? Why am I here? Like, ministry. You cry because you feel like you're separated sometimes because you're not able to help and do the things that you used to be because your kids need you.
Yeah.
And so it just made me think that, like, mothers are so needed. We need moms in this world to raise children, and it is a ministry in itself. And I know people say that, but it truly is. Like, and that's what, like, I used to do so many things for others and, whatever, when Hunter's at work and, like, I'm at myself, don't have kids. Now everything is about my family. My family comes first. I have to set boundaries so that, like, we're at home and we're focusing on our health and our stress and management, like, all that. And so it looks like us being at home a lot more, or not signing up for things right now because I'm focusing on little kids. And I used to hear Tina say this a lot. This is one of our ministers at our church and leaders, and she is doing so many things in the world right now and getting to go on all the trips, but she used to be that stay-at-home mom and she didn't want to leave her kids, and her ministry was her kids at home. And now that they're all grown, she gets to go and do her other things. So there will be a time that we get to do other things, but, like, being a mom is just, it's a ministry in it's yourself, but it's hard to be like, what I'm doing, is it worth it? Is this ministry? Am I serving God right now? Because it looks like I've quit everything I was doing because I'm taking care of my kids. But you are truly being a minister to your children. It is worth it. You are serving. It just looks so different than what it used to.
And God is working on cultivating the dreams and the tasks he wants you to accomplish. He's hiding those things in your heart. He's speaking those things over you. He's preparing conversations with other people and the connections. He's fostering each individual that you're going to touch in those future seasons. But, like, this season is for growing with our own integrity and our relationship with the Lord, and just standing firm on making sure we're walking in his presence.
I think that's good. I think this is a good episode back. Excited to be on the couch. It's comfy.
Me too.
We're at home. We've got our Starbucks coffee. Lord knows I need it. My kid woke me up at 4:45 this morning.
Nice.
But I'm excited to be back and to see what the Lord does with it. I know we have put a lot of time and effort into this because this is something we truly feel the Lord has put on our heart. So we're excited, and we're excited to see where this takes us. And thank you for joining us today.
Bye.